Second night out, 420 turns, a number of changes to it. Gurney flaps to give it washout, up elevator, down and right, a little bit nose weight. This could be nothing or something, we'll see. Alright. Okay, this time I added a gurney flap, an extra layer on the outboard wing, since I'm trying to go right. Trying to push that wing down a little bit. And if it goes in again, that means I might have too much right thrust, which I'm going to just back off a very little bit. So this is 420 turns. That's where I'm going to stay. And let's see how she goes. Nope. Uh-oh. No, don't go into that bush. Please come around the other side. There we are. Okay. Too much that time, I guess. I do have 1-inch gurneys on the vertical stab, and to neutralize that, so maybe that's too much. I really don't know. But I'm a little surprised that that went so straight and left. Man. Okay. I'm going to back off that gurney and see what I can do here. Okay, actually, okay. In addition to that, I had put wingtip weight on there, on the left wing, and I launched it last time with just a few winds left, so it didn't really show me anything. So combining the wingtip weight with the extra gurney, it probably just was way too much. So I'm going to, let's see, I'll get rid of one of them and try the next round. Very lucky I didn't go into that tree, bush, whatever it is. Okay, so I removed the wingtip weight. The gurney remains, so it has a double gurney, 1/16 inch square by about 2.5 inches on the outboard wing, what I'm hoping to be the outboard wing tip. It's the left side. And there's a remaining gurney on the right wingtip. These are all on top of the trailing edges, I mean. So I'm going to launch over in that direction. It's not enough winds to get to the trees, so hopefully it'll go right. And it's nice and calm. Let's give it a shot. That's better, sorta. Well, it's beautiful out here tonight. It's after 7 now, and it's got to be pretty dead calm, so I couldn't ask for more. All I did this time was I backed off of right and down, just a skosh, and I'm just going to see what it does to it. I'm going to move back a little further, stay away from that bush. So, here we go. Alright, nice and calm. Nice launch. Better. Okay, getting there. Right, back up to 460 turns. The only thing I did here was to try to lift up that inboard wing, and hope I'm not canceling something out, because I'm not totally certain about gurney against gurney, but I put a little bit of a gurney underneath the inboard wing, about half the size of the one that's on the top. So Let's see if that helps get that wing up. All right, nice and calm. Let's see how she goes. Oh, bad launch, but all right. Next round, I've added a couple shims to the rudder, or to the stab here, just a cardstock shim, and I removed the gurney from the top, and that's it. Just removed the gurney that's partially over top of the other one, and I'm hoping that the two combined might lift up that inboard wing, yet control it. That's my concern. I don't want to do anything that's going to send this thing left. And I'm hoping the elevator might just give it a little bit of something to you know, rise it up. I don't know, might not. It's just adding decollage, so we'll see. It's a little breezy. I went up to 500 turns. I don't know, it's not super breezy, but you know, this isn't really grabbing the air very good, and any kind of breeze is going to potentially show some negative side to the launch and all that. All right, I think we're good. Here we go. Oh, that's the up. Yeah, see, that's the up elevator. Yeah, not good. All right. Had to fall one way or the other, right? So that didn't tell me anything. All right, I'm getting rid of the elevator. Oof. But I'm going to just do it again with what was going on there with the gurneys and see if that's any sort of a positive. All right, I got rid of the elevator, and let's see, this time I'm going to it went up to 520 or so, but what I'm trying to do is see if that gurney does anything to it in a positive way. All right, here we go. Hello. Well, that's kind of interesting. Landed 4 feet from where I launched it and did a circle. Okay. What I'll do now is simply give it another 50 turns. See what happens here. Okay. Okay, as promised, I went another 60 turns, so I'm up at 580, and I'm going to try to mimic everything from that last launch and see what it does. See if it has any bad characteristics, just going up a little bit. All right, here we go. Yeah, I didn't like that. Certainly didn't keep the right turn that I was happy with before. Oh, God. So it's back to its wandering ways when you go up in torque, even just a little. So the mystery continues. What I've done this time is to add A little bit of nose weight, and because I don't want it to stall, and it looks like it's on that thread. And then I've got a little bit of wingtip weight on the inboard, the right side wingtip. So let's see how that goes this time. All right, feels nice. There we go. Okay. So I just added some more hand winds to it and took the majority of the wingtip weight off. And I just want to see if that has any effect on it. Here we go. Okay, interesting. Looks like I should get rid of the other part of it. Wingtip. I don't know. Is it just a touch of down thrust to get rid of? Just a touch. Or just a touch of the nose weight. God, it's on a thread. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Alright, if this thing is that sensitive to weights, I'm not liking it, man. So, maybe the decollage, you know, I had rudder or elevator in there before, then it skied up, but maybe I just needed to add more nose weight to help keep it down, just so it makes it a little bit more stable. Alright, this time I removed all of the wingtip weight and just a bead from the nose. So let's see what happens. Yep, we're recording. 620. Okay. Alright, this could be a little tricky. I've added more gurney on the inboard, underneath, and in effect giving it a double layer of 1/16. I'm hoping that that's going to be enough to bring up that wingtip and keep it going right. So let's see what happens here. 640 turns. Okay, I'm trying something radical here. I'm adding a little bit extra on the gurney on the rudder. I'm puzzled by what happens when I get more torque in this. It starts going straight, and then as it falls off in power, it goes left or goes to the right and just sort of swings in. So I don't know. It's a mystery, but we'll see if this miraculously does anything. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to tweaking the thrust a little bit. 600 turns. Now that was nice. That I liked. Didn't climb at all, but that's sort of okay. Let's try it again with a little bit more winds. See what happens. just the smallest amount of nose weight I took off, and I went up to 700 turns. So I just want to be away from everything. I want to be in the middle of this field. So here we go. It's dead calm, so let's hope for the best. That's not the best. Let's go on left. Well, is that what it wants to do? Is that what it does? But you know, it's not even close to wines. It's only at a third of the wines right there, if that. More of a bold move this way. I changed the thrust. I went with a little bit more right thrust, but less down thrust. And I don't know, I'm just trying to feel as though I was in the cockpit, and would that help bring it around? So let's give it a shot, see what happens. Everything else is the same. Alright, this time I backed off just the tiniest bit of down thrust. So, 700 turns, let's see what happens. Oh God. It's all over the place. Turn, baby. Oh. That last flight was really frustrating. It's not going in any direction that I think it's going to go. It's really crazy. So I removed the gurney flaps from the tail. Never did that before, and who knows. So never used that method before. So I'm going to give it a shot, but I'm going to launch this. It's hard to tell which way is with the wind and all that, because it is dead calm. So I'm just going to launch it to the big part of the field and hope for the best. And we'll see what happens. 500 turn this time. All right. That wasn't any different than previous types of flights. I did add some nose weight back to it. So, what the hell? Man, I feel like I'm starting from scratch on this bird. Really a puzzle. So, all right, I removed the gurney flaps from the top to give washout. And I'm just going to see what happens without them. And I went up to 640. Okay, here we go. Not very good. All right. Getting too dark, too late. This is the last flight. This thing's all over the place. I put a little bit more of a gurney back on. I don't know. And I straightened the tail, so we'll see what happens. Very frustrating. Yep. That's the story of the night. Just doesn't want to flatten out and fly. It just keeps coming in. Well, it's out here somewhere. I guess there it is.